Oh, it's tremendously exciting, to open up the tournament with obviously the host team as well, which is a big Orlando, Miami fixture on the same day. Listen, it's great for us to be part of that unique experience on the first day. I think we've planned and prepared well up until now, and we've still got 3 weeks till we kick a ball in competition. So my hope is we're in a very good spot, and we'll take great delight and be very excited to be part of that opening day.
So the first 2 matches are against familiar opponents for several of our players, Dax, David, Derek, and Taylor. How will that act as added motivation for them as they face their former teams?
Honestly, I don't think they need any added motivation. We played Chicago in pre-season, and they rightly turned us over, and I thought exposed some frailties in the group at that time, which were good for us. It gave us an awful lot to reflect on and to work at, and I think part of that process of being ready for the start of the season was that defeat against Chicago. So, with some players added to their group, and 2 very decent performances and a point on the board in the opening 2 games for them, they will be a really tough test for us on that opening day. And I'm sure they'll be ready as well. An awful lot to prove for quite a brand new group there, or a new group of players, a nucleus of players, and of course a new manager as well. So that will be a real good challenge. But as far as motivation, I think the tournament itself supplies enough of that. I've said it before, CONCACAF inclusion in 21 and 9 points to fight for in the league. There's no more motivation needed.
Your first match is the late night slot, and the last one is the morning slot. How are you planning on managing those unusual playing times?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's part and parcel of the way that this tournament was set up. A couple of my initial thoughts when I saw the scheduling were the times and then the dates. And we actually have some good recovery and preparational time in between the games. But I think for the 10 o'clock game, my hope is we'll be down there in enough time to try and acclimate a little bit to that time. Maybe the odd session that we can get out and just feel our way around at 10 o'clock. It is different. Likewise, the 9 o'clock one. I actually look at the 9 o'clock one as being probably, far more difficult to contend with for players' metabolisms and bodies. It means that they've really got to be up around 6 o'clock in the morning. They've got to be getting good fuel into their body before the game. And there'll be a lot of things going on in their world that wouldn't normally be happening. So I see that last game as one of the most difficult to try and contend with. But again, we'll have the opportunity to train at 9 o'clock. Likewise, Orlando. It won't be any different for us than any other team. So we'll be ready as we can be anyway.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty big. I think Eric Miller saw something on Reddit or Twitter or something that said we had a 20% fewer chance of advancing just statistically from our group. So the fact that they kind of even it up definitely helps a lot, and thankful that they did that.
So you're now less than a week away from traveling. What are your thoughts? How have you seen the team advance since we went to full team training? What's your mindset going into Orlando?
There's a lot of rust to get off, but we're slowly getting off. We've played 11v11 a good amount, which I think is good. It's just getting you back into strictly competing and stuff that you haven't really done in 3-4 months. I know we've gotten a lot of running in or touches in, but not a lot of quick thinking and just improvising and thinking stuff on the fly. So that kind of forces you to think mentally, which we haven't really done in 3-4 months. So it's definitely good to play as many games as you can.
Do you think the climate here in Tennessee helps you prepare for Orlando?
Definitely. It definitely does. Everyone's got swamp feet. Everyone's getting hot. So hopefully this is an advantage that we can take to Orlando.
How are you preparing as far as you have a kickoff time for game 1 at 10:30, then the last game's early in the morning? How do you prepare for that?
I don't know. It's going to be strange. I think it'd be similar. I mean, we would have had to see it playing games on the West Coast this year. I think we played LAFC. We were supposed to play LAFC at like 9 p.m. Western time, which is like midnight here or something like that. So we would have had to get used to that. You kind of just try to take an extended nap later in the afternoon, any sort of way to be as active and awake as possible. And then I think the 9 a.m. game we're used to that here. So we've been playing games 11v11 at 9 a.m. So that'll probably be the easiest one to play outside of just probably it being the hottest for that one.
Do you think we have something to prove moving into this tournament, just the team as a whole?
Definitely. I think we played well our first 2 games, but we don't have a win yet. So as an expansion team, you want to get that first win off the board as quick as you can, and then hopefully build on that and finish out this tournament strong, and hopefully we have games in the fall that we can keep proving ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. I think from a personal level, spending 6 years in the East is huge. You get to become accustomed to the guys you're playing against, how the clubs like to operate, their tactics, all that good stuff. Moving into that conference for the tournament and the rest of the year is certainly an added bit of familiarity that we can probably take advantage of. Try to impart some little tidbits here and there, and obviously the coaches will do their part on the larger game plan and what we can implement, but it'll be nice. It'll sort of be a recalibration, of course, but something I think will be pretty easy.
What do you think of the format change that will guarantee the top 3 teams advancing, and does it change the mentality or the preparation?
I think our mentality doesn't change. We're going there to win the tournament. Obviously, I think everyone would agree that it makes more sense. We're happy to see that format change come into effect. Glad they figured that out. I think it was a little bit of a strange one when we saw it first rolled out, but they amended it, thankfully, and I think it gives a little bit more incentive, obviously, for more teams to know that there's an extra spot that's going to be guaranteed. But again, for us, doesn't really change mentality-wise. We'll know that we're going to throw everything at it and land in that top 3 for sure.
How have you seen the team grow since we got back to full team training? Have you seen any advancements?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the obvious advancements are not having everybody split up in the quarters of the field. That's been great, but at the same time, it's important. I'm sure all teams are experiencing it to some effect, but just being out here and sort of getting close with the guys again, especially for a new team, it's important that we rub shoulders with each other as much as possible and we compete, and being able to have this dynamic and transition into this phase has been incredibly important for us to pick up where we left off, which aside from the results we thought was very, very positive, and it's been nice to get that piece back now.
Do you think the Tennessee climate helps you for Orlando?
Of course. I think that's a no-brainer. It's very hot here. I'm sure everyone's aware that's here, but I think a lot of other teams have that hurdle that they have to focus on trying to overcome in terms of coming down to a climate that is much different from their own. Here, obviously, I don't think it's as consistently humid. Again, I don't care to talk about weather so much. I think you just got to play no matter what. But the league and the competition's taking care of water breaks, all that stuff. We're going to be well looked after, so we have extra subs, all that good stuff. But of course, it doesn't count for nothing that we're playing in a hot climate, and we get to experience that and have it not be a shock to the system when we get down there, like it will be for other teams. I know I played in Canada for a long time. It's kind of tough to replicate humidity up there, so. It'll be good. It's nice here. I mean, it's brutal some days, of course, but it's good to get that work into us in these environments and get used to competing at the level that we're going to need to win down there.